Hold on,
Hello,
you might be
friends.
like,
Hello, friends. Motel here. Motel here. We're talking about chicks and their hierarchies. Chicks are different than dudes. Chicks lack a penis. Additionally, they have ovaries. And it should be noted that chicks also have a different social hierarchy rules than do guys. How do we know this? Well, in general, most female social groups don't attain any good outcomes with a lot of anger. Anger doesn't usually play well amongst groups of females or as well as it does in groups of males. That's one observation you might make right off the bat to say there's a difference between the two groups in that regard. It might also be noted there's a general consensus amongst people that men tend to talk about events and activities and women tend to talk about relationships. Now, as intuitives, we don't tend to talk about events and activities. We don't go like, "Yep, today I went out to the tractor store again." And then Taylor's like, "What'd you get?" I'm like, "Well, I got some udder balm. That's good stuff."
we do that. We're like, we have that exact conversation.
Okay, but the thing is, we have it for the purpose of it representing some conceptual node upon which we build other shit that's what we're actually talking about. So, I mean, that's unusual for us. But the fact is, in general, men do talk about that kind of stuff. Women tend to talk about relationshipy stuff. So, okay, those are general sort of stereotypes. What impact is that going to have on how social hierarchy plays out, if any? Taylor, do you think?
Okay, well, I was just getting this thing set up, and I think that the part of male hierarchy is: do you have one empty bullet case and one unused bullet in your pocket when you go to empty them? I think that this is the subtextual.
That's one. That's merely one path of the hierarchy on Hierarchy Mountain.
It is, but this is the message, and this is the threat.
Right.
I actually didn't hear what you were saying.
Okay. What I said was that, in general, there that amongst most populations of men and most populations of women, this stereotype is more or less likely to be true. That men are more likely to talk about activities, events, and stuff to do, and chicks are more likely to talk about relationships. So my question was
Right.
then, what impact or how do you think that impacts the framing of a social hierarchy if those things are more or less true for most populations, even if they're not true for our population?
I mean, we're kind of talking about TE versus FE to an extent. It's kind of how I see that boiling down.
Right.
Of course, that's an oversimplification, but or SC. It's either SC or TE versus one of the Fs. That's it.
Yeah. I think.
Sorry, I'm processing this on the fly.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
I
too.
think
Yeah. No.
SE can be
There's a little
masculine or
lag.
feminine. Okay, so I don't think that I think that SE can go either way. It can be masculine or feminine, very much so. I think that TE is more masculine. I think that FE is more feminine. So then the social norms would be, yeah, like you said, much more aggressive for men.
Okay, Kimberly, what's the way that women assert hierarchical status amongst each other?
Passive aggressive kindness.
Aggressive kindness. Do you recognize the technique aggressive kindness, Kimberly, as a technique women use?
Did you do something with your hair? I love your hair. It looks so like last week, but in a good way.
Um, know what I'm saying? What's the way that if you're in a group of women who are like friends, like at a bridge party or something, and there's some sort of hierarchical thing going on where some of the women feel like they're more significant or better than, right? Yeah. Well, what's some of the ways in which they assert that in the moment? Like, how do they go about jewelry, cars, so objects is one way.
Their home.
Okay.
Where they live,
But how about in the moment when they're having a conversation? What about in their communicative approaches? Do they use techniques in that fashion?
No.
This is something I keep running into, Taylor, and Kimberly as well, is that there's an incredibly obvious preference um, for concrete examples of things that are understood as distinct events or objects versus an understanding of everything is through a process framework that sometimes causes a bit of a disconnect between us, although we are usually. Kimberly, I wasn't upset about it. I think it's interesting.
So, which one of us would be more dominant female right now?
You mean your right hand or your left hand? I don't know. I can't tell.
No, host Taylor or host Eric?
Well,
the pimp in the middle of Kansas or the homeless guy in LA? You're wearing your homeless person jacket, aren't you?
Did you hear that, Kimberly? What did Taylor? What did you just call this jacket?
Your homeless person jacket.
Taylor just called this my homeless person jacket.
I'm not involved in whatever the fuck that
I was surprised. No, this is why it comes out. Is because I was surprised when Kimberly said she prefers this jacket. I said, really? You want me to wear that jacket? And she's like, yeah. And I told her, I said, people say this is my homeless person jacket.
Did she help you make a video while you were taking a bath?
No, that was all me.
Okay.
All by myself.
Really showing off that alpha quadrant infantile behavior there.
I don't know. The funny thing is, that's the first time I've taken a bath since I've gotten here, and she takes baths every day. She doesn't take showers. I take a shower over there, but
so does she.
It sounded
takes baths
fun.
too. It's weird.
It sounded interesting. So anyway,
a little bit nostalgic.
It led to some good insight there about how basically the difference between time plane and space plane is that observation is non-determinate on the time plane. Yeah, good stuff. That's what we're talking about here.
I had to turn it off because you were splashing around, and I was like a mixture of kind of surprised and kind of like frustrated because I have all my best thoughts in the shower. Like if I could just talk during a shower, it'd be fantastic content, but everyone would be looking at my dick through the see-through shower curtain.
See, we have.
I'd probably be looking at it too.
A dark one. She's got a dark charcoal shower curtain. So anyway, what's this video about? Yeah, female hierarchy. Two dudes
I was just talking about my dick. Are we done talking about my dick?
All right, so look, I would say that probably chicks primarily assert communicative dominance by doing shit like calling attention to shortcomings of their peers in ways that are masked as FE something else.
Right. They don't do overt shows of aggression. That's not treated well. Women have a much more delicate balancing act between I've got hierarchy because everybody agrees I have hierarchy and you don't have the hierarchy I do because I say so. It's a real delicate act, and I think that's probably why girls are more likely to, guys will slug something out and then be homies. And girls want to ruin the other person's will to live. It's probably because that balancing act is so tedious that if this person would just commit suicide, that'd be one less thing for me to deal with all the time.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is, with chicks, they've got these two contrary forces that sometimes run afoul of each other. Namely, one, their status within a group of females according to the dictates of female culture and what they think is important and not important. And then two, they get approval or not from males according to a different set of criteria. And whereas in general, I would say getting approval from females is consistent with the other kind of criteria that males get approval from other males with. So in other words,
I think that don't mix up approval for attention.
Oh yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair critique there. Eric didn't account for the inherently barbaric and nevertheless predominant tendency of males to both want to make intercourse at women and then subsequently to condemn them for their willingness to do so.
We're making a video. You can come in, just you can't berate me. Yes. See what an abused guy I am.
Yeah, you're in tough situation there, Taylor.
She's been like doing SE stuff at me for like 15 minutes. It was rough.
Is that Katie? Hi, Katie.
He says hi, but you can only hear him. You can't hear it.
Oh yeah, because you got a head thing on.
You don't know how much that stuff makes me want to murder.
Oh, well, I've got the knife right now. And Eric said hi.
With my hand.
She doesn't say hi back. She's threatening me.
Well, you should tell her
Yeah.
that
Not
she's
just anything.
my favorite viewer. Tell her she's my favorite viewer.
Okay, I'm going to hold on a second. Katie, Eric's got something to tell you. Hold on, I got to put it so that you can hear it, or else he's just going to be talking into my ear. Okay, Eric.
Katie, I want to tell you something important.
Oh, shit, hold on. Nope. Psych. Okay, that is something that you're probably going to have to make a video, and Eric's about to say something to you.
Katie, can you hear me yet?
Okay, now you're back. Do your thing, Eric.
Katie, listen to me. I want to tell you something that's important. Seriously, this time. You are seriously my favorite famous person. I know sometimes in the past I've been kind of joking around a bit, but this time it's for real. It's you, Katie. You are my all-time favorite. Why? Well, it's because of your specialness, of course. You're a person who radiates both power and a demure quality of withholding that I enjoy and admire.
Eric, oh dear Eric.
Yes. Yes,
I have FI, and I know that you're trying to please it with your FE, but I'm not dumb, so you can go into a little more depth on why you like me or your explanation. I'll get it. I will get it.
Also got SE. SE is how we call.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I like you. I have no idea because I'm blind to my FI. But I promise you, I thoroughly do. I think you're great, and I really do. I like you.
That's a little bit more believable, but when you're smoozing it on like Nick.
Well, Katie, that's me joking with you. You're supposed to know that I'm schmoozing, and you're supposed to be like, we're schmoozing, like that, you know? That's how it's supposed to work. You're just not that good with the FE, Katie. You just need to work on your FE. You guys need to go through FE lessons.
FE?
It's not.
Yeah, you take FE lessons, okay? We're recording a video. We are recording a video. It's not about the topic, but it's great though. Katie, last words.
Aspects, I want to develop my FE more, but for the most part, I don't because it's fake. I mean, I can see where I can use it, like business-wise and stuff like that, to improve my life, or maybe somebody else's, whatever. It's selfish, really. The reason I want to use FE, but
I'm shocked. And FI Dom thinks FE is fake.
Why is that shocking?
It's not.
It's not. It's irony, Katie. And
is.
That was irony. This is Talking with Famous People, and you should not forget to eat plenty of cheese. Thank you for watching. I have been host Eric, and I'm saying adieu on behalf of host Taylor and the hugged one Katie.